We're here today at the beautiful Langham Hotel in Melbourne. Joining me today is one of the world-leading brain hackers, mentalists. He's a big superstar of the magic world as well. Mr. Keith Barry, how you doing?
Very good, thanks. Yeah, I'm holding up pretty well considering just flew all the way from Ireland a few days ago. But I think you just get over the jet lag pretty quickly these days, the amount I travel, you know.
Definitely, definitely. Now, my dad's name's Keith and my uncle's name's Barry, so straight away I think we've got a pretty special
There you
connection.
go.
So you were on the TV this morning on The Circle?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was great, actually. It was great fun. You know, I hacked into Yumi's brain, I hacked into Georgie's brain, and then also Lawrence was one of the guest presenters this morning, and he was a little bit of a skeptic, which I quite like. So by the end of it, his eyes were all watering, and he was pretty freaked out.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
What did you do? What did you do with him?
Well, with Georgie and Yumi, I hacked into their brains. I was talking about first and favorites. In other words, what was your, you know, I wanted them to think of maybe their first Christmas or their favorite Christmas or their first holiday abroad and so on. So with Georgie, I hacked into her brain and she was thinking of the first day in secondary school is what she thought of.
Yeah, right.
And I managed to tell her all kinds of details that I couldn't have known. So, you know, all kinds of things such as the color of her shirt, all that kind of stuff. And she was just thinking of that in her mind. And also the names that were involved, her school, things like that. And then with Yumi, I told her all about her first ever kiss, which was interesting.
Wow.
Because she made some motions with her mouth that I was thinking, well, you know, Yumi, I'm not too sure about that. If that was your first kiss, I wouldn't have liked it. And then with Lawrence, he grabbed a magazine and he ripped out a page, tore that page into lots of little pieces, and then he selected a word out of a couple of hundred words, and then I managed to hack into his brain and figure out what the word was. So it was interesting to see I always like to see a skeptic going from being a skeptic right the way through to having no idea how it worked, you know.
Must be very satisfying. Now, you've got your own TV show, Deception.
Yeah.
You've also had some big YouTube hits, like from appearing on Ellen, also The Late Show. I saw some stuff where you freaked out Eve and also one of the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
Looked like they were about to wet their pants. You've done this with a lot of big celebrities, Bob Geldof, Samuel Jackson, Elijah Wood, just to name a few. Like, what's some of the reactions you've had from some of these big stars?
Well, I think, you know, one of the bigger reactions was obviously Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls. You know, people can see the effect up on YouTube if they want to check it out. Basically, I blindfolded her. She had no idea what was going to take place. Blindfolded her, put her in the passenger seat of a car, drove around a little bit and got her to examine the blindfolds as much as she could. And then she took the blindfolds. We put them on me. It was a metal mask followed by a hood. And then I tore off at 70, 80 miles an hour, blindfolded, driving down a canyon road. And it's dangerous enough driving down that canyon road without a blindfold. Yeah. And yeah, she was screaming her head off. So her reaction was amazing. It was really good. She was great fun, great sport about it at the end. And yeah, Samuel L. Jackson, he was like, you know, don't make me call my agent in case you spike me, you know, because I was doing my effect, which I originated back in, I think it was 2001, where I hide a metal spike underneath one of 4 polystyrene cups. And then the cups are mixed by him, mixed by me. I'm blindfolded. And the end of the effect is where I grab the person's hand and start slamming it down on the cups one at a time. So he freaked out. I actually did it on Koshi here just a couple of mornings ago.
Yep.
And it was kind of interesting. People were saying what a control freak he is. You know, well, I suppose not a control freak, but he's a controlling person. So it was interesting to see him out of his comfort zone as well, because he absolutely freaked out when I did that effect on him. So, you know, I just love to see all the different types of reactions with my live show.
Wow. Well, we were hoping you might be able to show me some brain hacking today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I thought if you're up for it, I might try a little bit of brain hacking on you.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go for it.
All right?
Yeah, great.
Perfect. All right, let's do that.
Right, look, I love having my brain hacked. It's fucking great.